Hi, Lion's Den, you're right. Afternoon. Hi, Kelly. You're right. Got a cold. I was feeling a bit run down the other day, but I've perked back up again. Hi, Emma. Hi, Lisa. What do you think Lion's done on this phone call? Whatever happened with the police? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Just say no comment. I've got my suspicions on someone involving... How do I say it without giving it away? I can't say. Lovely that a few people come in Lines, don't they? Don't even say hello. So nice of them. I'll remember that, not to bother with them. I'll remember that. I'm absolutely shattered. What have you done today, Lions Den? Thank you for sharing. You know, there's only a couple of people like you, Lions Den, that come in and say hello and, you know, afternoon and share and tap, and all the others just come in and then they leave unless there's drama. Oh, stop it. Oh, I roasted her. Lions Den, do I address you as a woman? Or... Because I don't know if you're a female or male, I've never spoke to you properly. I'm guessing you're a female. Yeah. Okay, I'm just checking. Oh, that was funny today, wasn't it? You think some of them have got so much to say when they look absolutely terrifying behind the camera? Let me just share the live out. Oh, we don't want to share it to Laura MD. God no. Don't know who to share it to. I know, same. I don't know where Sharon is. Unless she's talking to Jess. I don't know. Well, what's going on today? It is scary though to think, some of them that give it all that are absolutely terrifying behind the screen. It's ridiculous. Lion's Den, ridiculous. 22 degrees on Wednesday if you're going out in the sun. True. It'll come out. The unknown. The unknown, your very known. Joshy boy. Thought I'd just pop on for a bit, really. Oh, can you not? Yeah, I've been really tired recently. I can't stop yawning. Oh, sorry about that, Lion's Den. Bless. All the pricks coming. Prick with the tiny dick. Big Bird, Sharon's here. Oh, did you hear about Keisha threatening Jess today on WhatsApp? If you heard that, Lion's Den. I know. I think she's getting a bit cooker in the edge now. Like, she's sat there texting Jess, threatening to come and meet her. It's like, get over yourself. Carry on going to another country to get your face sorted. Just block me. I don't think you need to get upset about it. I'm not saying you are, but, who bloody cares about her? She's bloody irritating. You know what? I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say I'd rather listen to Nanny Bird, but I actually wouldn't. I'd rather stare at a wall. I'd rather lick a wall with chewing gum on it than listen to Keisha or Nanny Bird talk all day. Jesus Christ. Absolutely not. Oh, God. What a day. You're telling me? You're telling me, Lion's Den? I have to have a paracetamol when I listen to Keisha. And if it's Nanny Bird, I have to... Oh, God. I'd have to turn my phone off after 5 minutes. And the unknown's back. We terrorise you on DBD, unknown. Oh, and perfect Jenny's here. Saint Jenny. Thank you, Lion's Den. Jenny, I don't know how you could have told me to take that post down. I've privated now. I've privated it. I've not deleted it, I've just privated it. Oh no, I was just joking, Ethan, because he's got the killer's name, unknown. The one we terrorise. Oh, is this your new partner, Will, Jenny? Jenny, I don't think you knew what happened. Do you want to come up, Jenny? Because you haven't spoken to me for a while. You've popped in usually when the drama goes on. So I've hardly got to speak to you. Because I don't think you know why I put that video. I asked you to tell me. Well, you can pop up if you want, Jenny, unless you're going to say you're busy. But, I think you don't know why I put Nanny Bird as an ogre. I think you don't know why, do you? Because you've either missed it or you've got told lies. It was in Blues, Jenny. We were counting, and Nanny Bird was going on about the past. So basically, I asked her again because she did see the original one I did in December, don't you, Jenny? Where I put Nanny Bird on a bus with a dog, and I said, and the title was, "Even when Nanny Bird leaves the house, she still is glued to TikTok." And I asked her, how did I body shame you on that? And she didn't give me an answer, Jenny. She just went, well, you did. You body shame me. And the next minute, Jenny, I kept repeating, how is it body shaming? I said, all I've done is ask the AI to put your face with a full body on a bus. And she said, you made me look overweight. And I said, Nanny Bird, you are overweight. And I said, that's nothing to do with me. And I said, that isn't body shaming. I said, you could put an AI up of me and I'm skinny and I could still say that's body shaming. So she had no answer for that, Jenny. And next second, do you know what she said, Jenny? She went, you don't know whether you're Keswick or Lauren. And then she went, you're a man. So next second, I thought, you know what, through that night, Jenny, I thought, you know what, I will actually body shame you, just like you've just completely done it to me, straight to my face through a cam too. So I thought, you know what, I'll make an AI of her. Yeah, she did, Jenny. Rosie was cam to in it. And a few others. I think Mary Ellen was in there. And who was the other one? I don't think it was Laura MD. Someone else was in the box, and it was two women that sound very similar. I think it might have been Positive or someone. And then Nanny Bird turned around and said, you're a man, Lauren. You can ask Blue, you can ask Rosie, you can ask a few others that are in Jesters that could have been in Blue's Live. Blue heard it, and a few other people did. Because I started turning around Jenny at that moment in time, and I was like, wow, there we go. I knew it was coming. And all I said back, Jenny, was, all I've done, Nanny Bird, is put an AI up of you in December, sat on a bus. There's nothing directed at your body weight. And then I repeated the same thing for the past 5 minutes. And then she said she was uncomfortable again. And then she went, you're a man, Lauren. And then she said, you don't know whether to choose to be Keswick or Lauren. And then afterwards, Jenny, she said it isn't transphobic because I'm not transitioning. So, I'm not even making examples because I can't be bloody arsed. Because no one gives two flying shits unless it was me saying it them. It's a whole completely different fucking story. I'll wait for you left your lemonade here. Whatever it is. Hi, Karen. So yeah, Jenny, I did put that ogre thing of Nanny Bird up for good reason. I wasn't proud of it. I found it funny, but that doesn't mean I'm actually sat here thinking, oh my god, how grown up am I? Yeah, they are lions, Dan, and, I asked a simple question. I said, Nanny Bird, can you tell me where I ever commented on your body? And she didn't give me an answer. She just kept saying, you put an AI up of me. And I said, that doesn't had anything to do with your body weight. If I put an AI up of you now, Jenny, and I had a screenshot of your face and said, put Jenny on a train with a pet dog, where's the body shaming? No body shaming at all. And I did say Nanny Bird was a state because she said I was a perv. She felt a bit perved on. Back in November, she said, I feel perved on because I've sat in a bikini on live with Lauren and now she's not transitioning. So I turned around, and when I heard that recording on Soap and Glory, I played it on my live, and yes, I did turn around and say, I would look nowhere near you, Nanny Bird. you'd make me go towards men even more. So yeah, that might have been a bit harsh. But Jenny, I think I've had every right to turn around and say stuff back. Of course, Jenny. You know, do you not remember when Crazy Behaviour told me I should go in KILL myself? The woman's hid behind a screen, Jenny, for months, for a year. And then it's the people that look horrible that are always the ones to judge your looks. And Jenny, you're a very pretty girl, and you wouldn't have that problem by hiding behind a screen. But it's ones like these that like to pick out people's looks and say stuff, and they're the ones that are hidden. And then the outcome is that they look absolutely hideous. And I will say that because how can someone have the rights to comment on my looks and bully me when that person behind the screen will never show their face, or no one knows what they look like? It's because they're so ugly. I know Nanny Bird hasn't commented on my looks, but she's commented on my transition in my gender, in my sexuality, and my attractions to men. For me to be a perv against Nanny Bird, that means I'd have to be into women to be a perv on Nanny Bird. I'd never look anywhere near Nanny Bird. Any other woman, no. So I will comment back and say I wouldn't look anywhere near someone. Is it if you did as well, Jenny? If you said you felt perved on by me, I'd say I wouldn't look anywhere near you, Jenny. And I did call her a state. Because personally, I think if you're going to call a 20-year-old, well, 19-year-old at the time, if you're going to call a 19-year-old a pervert, when they're transitioning, when they have a boyfriend, and when they're not into women at all, I think you are going to get a response from me that is not the nicest thing ever. Nanny Bird did in November, because I heard it on Soap and Glory, because Crazy Behaviour, as much as I despite and I don't like Crazy Behaviour, she turned around and said to Nanny Bird, don't say that. And then Nanny Bird just went silent. I remember the replay. Alright, one sec, Ethan. I remember the replay on Soap and Glory. Crazy butted in and said, you can't say that, Nanny Bird. And then she went completely silent and made an excuse and was like, well this, well that. And I remember it because I played it on my live, Jenny. Because I think someone just before said, yes, she did. And I asked Nanny Bird constantly why she kept calling me a scammer. Hi, Nitro. I call you Nitro because I see it as Nitro, not Nitro. Hi, Nitro. And I constantly asked Nanny Bird, why am I a scammer when my money went on the hormones? And she never gave me an answer, Jenny. She just kept deflecting and bringing up something which she wouldn't give me an answer for. She went, why did you body shame me? And I constantly, thousands and thousands of times repeated back to her, what did I say or do to body shame you? And she said, you put an AI up of me on a bus. That isn't a proper answer to body shaming. She is overweight, and that's completely fine. I've not said anything against her weight. I have the other day, because she pushed me to it, Jenny, because she didn't give me an answer to why this AI of her sat on a bus is body shaming, and then she gave me transphobia instead, and then made the excuse she isn't transitioning anyway. I thought we're supposed to be setting a good example for people my age. Well, clearly not. But I'm happy to talk to you, Jenny, one time if you want to pop up. But there's going to be no apology to me, from me to Nanny Bird, especially the amount of times I sat in Blues all afternoon and asked her 1,000 effing times When did I body shame you in December or whenever? And she never gave me an answer, Jenny. Now she can, because I've done it. But she couldn't, Jenny. And then she went straight to transphobia by saying, I don't know whether I'm Kesrick or Lauren. And then said, you're a man, Lauren. And then all of them started talking about my chromosomes. So I did stoop low, Jenny. I did stoop low. And I turned around the next day and I put her up as an ogre from Shrek. I did do that. Am I going to make a fake page and post it on there? No, I'm not. I'll do it on my own live. I'll do it on my own account. And I'll say it from my own mouth. Because she said that in November, Jenny. I saw it on Soap and Glory through December. And you know what she did, Jenny? I bet you don't even know this. And then she leaves. Classic. But hey ho, when it's something I've done wrong, people like to stay in here and give me all the grief. But no, other people just run off and leave. Because that's facts, what I said. I don't care if I sound cringy. It's complete facts, what I just said. Yeah, I do unknown. I own it all the time. I'll say, yeah, I did say that. You know, it's the same with me and Lou. Yeah, we've put it behind us. But look how many times I just straight up and said, I'm sorry for body shaming you and bringing up your addiction. And then when it turns back to my apology, for me, it's, I'm not apologising for retaliating to what you did to me. Yeah, blah, blah. Just be an adult and just turn around and say, you know what, I'm sorry as well. It's not rocket science. It's not hard. It's not hard just to turn around to someone and say, you know what, you've just apologised for saying all them horrible things. I'll apologise to you as well. But what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to sit here for 20 hours, playing the crocodile tears, and I'm going to go, oh, I'm not apologising for retaliating when you were horrible to me. We were just both as bad as each other. It's the same with me and Jess. I'll apologise to Jess loads of times and she apologises to me. You know what, out of everyone, Jess has apologised to me all the time, straight up, and said, Lauren, I shouldn't have said that. It was wrong of me for being transphobic. It was bang out of order. But all these others are, I only did it because you did this, or I did that, or blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing. They can never straight up and say an apology. It's pathetic. Why do you think I've stuck in my own lane? Hi, Leah. Thanks, Lion Den, for tapping. She is unknown. That's why me and Sharon call her Toodaloo, poor little Lou. You know, we've got that for her now. And every time I found it so patronising is that she's come in my live and she's always said, give me a box. But about last week now, sometime early last week, she was talking about me on a live replay she was doing. And then she wanted to ask me, she went, I want to ask Lauren that. And I come straight in because I was watching on the outside. And she went, oh, Lauren, you're not coming in here. Bye. Bye, Lauren. Bye-bye. Bye, darling. And then she kicked me out and was dead cocky, was dead rude. And then I went live and spoke about what she just did then, what I've just told you. And then she comes in saying, why am I not allowed a box? Why are you going to block me? And I thought, why have you all got the cheek to block who you want when you want to talk about someone, but when it's someone else doing it to you, you cry about it? It's so cringe. It's absolutely so cringe. She gives me the cringe. She gives me the cringiness. She gives me uncomfortable goosebumps. It cringes me that much. Because she does so much. She sits on live. She talks about people. I'm sorry, but if Soap and Glory is dignity, and Lou in dignity, if whoever live replays on this drama, Lou in Soap and Glory that say they're not a part of it and they just talk about it and we're all sad, you're just as sad, sat there talking about the drama like it's EastEnders. Oh my god, did you hear what happened last night with Jessie and Jenny? Did you hear what happened last night with Lauren and fucking Nanny Bird? Did you hear this about this person? It's like, Come off and actually bloody watch Coronation Street and do what you're fucking supposed to do at your age. Not sat on an app that was actually meant for 13 plus, for singing and dancing. Oh, you're back now, Jenny. You left while I was halfway talking. But I've explained to you, blowjob, back, oh. But I've explained to you now why I did it, so hopefully you understand. So, Jenny, I know you're going to say, oh, it's horrible, Lauren, it's bullying, I get that. You don't have to tell me, I know it's horrible doing that, but I was pushed to it, Jenny. And I was fed up of trying to be civil. If people don't think that was civil of me, by repeating myself 50 times, what was body shaming of an AI image of your face, then that's up to you lot. But I tried my hardest, and then I let myself down. But I was pushed to it, because I thought, why am I going to sit here when I'm trying to be civil by asking someone, what did I do to upset you? And then all they can do in the next 10 minutes, Jenny, is say, you don't know whether you're Lauren or Kesrick. You're a man. You're a man talking to women like this. That's all she could say, Jenny. So yeah, the next day I did put an AI up of Princess Fiona. I did do that. And I'll own it. I'll own it. And I'd happily unprivate it now and put it back up. But I'm not going to, because I've done it now. People have seen it. People have spoke on it. And she's had a cry about it. Yeah, I know, Karen. You know, it's like so many people say I'm a attention seeker, or I always play victim. I never play victim. Just because I bring up the transphobia thing, people go, oh, here we go, here we go. What, so I'll say that when someone says, oh, the racism's coming. Oh, victim alert, they're playing their racism card. If someone wants to be homophobic or transphobic, that isn't me playing victim by saying, oh, you're transphobic or homophobic. When you're going to stoop from another level, from calling each other names, and you're going to turn your behaviour around and go, you know what, you're a man. You don't know what you've got between your legs. If you want to switch up to that shows a lot about you. Like you're doing something illegal and something that this world accepts now. And if you don't want to accept that, that's fine. But there's a reason why you get arrested for it. Unknown. I know you're sticking up for me. Don't go on about kids, though. Unknown. I don't want to meet you. Because you seem alright. But you know what, Jenny? If some of them actually, the ones that have a problem with me, one sec. If some of them had a problem with me, I'd happily be okay with them coming in to talk to me. But what they'll do, oh yeah, Jenny, that's what I was going to tell you before you popped off before. At Christmas time, Jenny, when I heard about her calling me a pervert, I made the AI of her. And she came in my live, and you know what she did, Jenny? She came up, she spoke over me in a really angry tone, and she went, you've got no friends, Lauren. No one sits with you. No one likes you, Lauren. She said all that dead quick. She was like, no one likes you. You've got no friends. No one wants to be around you. And I dropped her straight from the box, Jenny. And she put in the comments, and people saw this, it happened. She put in the comments, you haven't experienced anything in life. And I told her my ex passed away. I lost my granddad. I self-harmed. And you know what she turned around and put, Jenny, to that? Is that it, lol? Is that it? Lol. And then I turned around back to that comment and I said, are you for real, Nanny Bird? Saying, is that it? I said, you never get off the sofa, Nanny Bird. And as soon as I said that, by responding something nasty of her saying that, I get slated by Laura MD and all the others going, Lauren, that's not fair. Lauren, stop it. Shove that up your nunny. So me giving something back because someone's just said, is that it, lol, when I've just talked about all my traumas and what's happened to me, because some woman said I haven't experienced anything in life, I'm not allowed to turn around and say she's lazy. I'm the worst person in the world. So that's why, Jenny, I turn around and I stoop quite low. Because people treat me like shit. People treat me differently when they treat other people the same way. But then when it comes to me, I'm the different one. Because it's the same rules for everyone else, but when it's me, it's different. I don't understand it. Hi, Elizabeth. Sometimes my head can't process it because it's that stupid. I don't get it. And she's gone again. See, I don't get this. I try to talk to Jenny and then, you know, when something happens with her, she's always in. I like Jenny. I've known her since 2024, but, you know, I never get to talk to her unless something's happened to her. Or there's drama going on. I never can have a conversation with her, and it's been like that for the past 5-6 months. That's why I've just lost contact with people, because like, I think, why should I bother? It's like I've got my little thoughts. I know I've got a strong idea who rang the police on Jess. A strong idea. Because I pieced it in my head. I had to think about it as people accusing people and, you know, certain individuals. I thought to myself, who would that be? And you know what? My opinion was right. Until what I saw after Jessie come off live. And I thought I knew it. I was like, I knew it. It's not a female, Lionsden. That's all I'm saying. The person that's done it was heard on a live admitting it. And admitting other stuff as well. In fact, just Dan. I know, I thought she popped in. No, it's not mad. I strongly believe it's someone. I believe who it is. Hi, Bex. I'll just say it, it's bloody Grandad. I'm not stupid. Jessie will tell you that herself. And the next day, I'm alright, thanks, Bex. From what I've seen this afternoon, it's Grandad. And from what I've heard, it's Grandad as well. You know, there's more people saying it's him. And I wouldn't put it past him, really. It's like that, I don't want to say the name, but the one that got the phone call and someone was whispering down the phone. You can clearly tell that's Grandad. You can hear it in his voice, you can hear it's Grandad. So I know, it's just he's done it too many times, you know. either toxic, fuck him off, or, you know, now they've been caught out, he's playing innocent, he's done nothing wrong, he's done nothing at all, la 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 la. And he's the bloody main one. I know, Nitro. It's like when you hear that voicemail the certain person got about, wasn't it, about their dad? I heard that voice, and you can hear it's Grandad's accent, you can hear it's his voice. It's not even just the accent, you can hear that's his tone of voice. And then suddenly, you know, now all this toxic thing's done. You got 5 people now saying it was Grandad. 5. There'll probably be 6 tomorrow. 5 people, and someone's heard, I'm not going to say who, but someone's heard Grandad say it on a live. Apparently Grandad turned around not too long ago and said, yeah, I did it, and what? And I won't put it past him. And then it's like with the phone call, with the whispering down the phone, what happened to that lady about a dad. I think it was a dad or a husband, I forgot who it was. When I remember hearing that voice, I instantly thought Grandad straight away, without even people, you know, knowing that he had he had a problem with this person. Before I knew any of the facts or anything that was going on, I came into live and heard the recording already being played, and I thought, who's Grandad whispering to? And I heard it straight away. I heard it was his voice, his accent. I could hear it. And then the excuse is, oh, look, I was on a phone call at this time. Look, you know, my wife wouldn't give me her phone to do that. Look at her call logs. You can delete call logs. You can call someone in 30 seconds. It doesn't matter if you've been on a phone call at 21 minutes past 9. Oh my God. It's pathetic how many excuses come out of people's mouths. It's really pathetic. And then, you know what, I know 100%, you know, there's people saying there's proof on Jessie sharing it to a group on WhatsApp. Fair enough, that's wrong. But there's no proof on her sharing it around on this fake profile and stuff. I think, you know what, I'll sit here and 100% say it. I strongly think it's Shelbal doing it on her own. I think it is. You know, the switching and flip-flopping and seeming alright 1 second, saying, you're being played, Jess, you know who it is, and the next minute, it's Jessie, Jessie, you know who it is. It's just like it's drama all the time. It's like, you know, I think they've got that bored of the name calling, someone slagging someone off, that they're using family members now to create drama. If it's not the children, it's their sister. If it's not the sister, it's the cousins or uncle or bloody great-great-great-great-great-grandma, you know. Fucking never know with this app. It's anything to cause a bit of drama. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's most of it is set up. Not with Jess, but just with other people. I wouldn't be surprised if it's set up. You know, for you lot that are watching and the viewers, I wouldn't be surprised. Because I've heard loads of conversations in old groups and stuff, and heard something on a group call where they say we should do this. It's like Sarah Cooey, God, fucking hell, her from the past. She said a few things on bloody FaceTime, well, on the video call, like on the group call, and she's gone, oh, do this, and then I'll come and do that. It's like they plan stuff, so if you say something, then that's when they're going to come in. Right, when you say that, I'll come in the live and get in the box, and then you drop from the box. It's like they pre-plan everything for the next move. It's really pathetic, and that's why I hardly talk to anyone off the app or on this app anymore. Because it's so boring. And that's why I'm going to come off in a second, go back on my game. Because I'm not going to watch people that I don't like, Chris and fucking Shelbel and Nanny Bird and fucking all the others. Can't be arsed. They're irrelevant. I've got no fucking care in the world to watch and sit and listen to their annoying voices. Absolutely no way. I've got better things to do, and even that, if that's just sitting in my room eating biscuits, I'd rather do that and watch EastEnders than listen to people repeat the same thing 50 times. And I have repeated the same thing with Nanny Bird, because some people are still coming in going, you've bullied her, you've bullied her. Get a life. But thank you, Lions Den, for tapping. And other people that have popped in, Nitro and Unknown. Let me check actually if who's on my block list. That one needs unblocking. Right, I'll see you all later. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. See ya.